All right, Malika, the Kings tip off their 40th season in Sacramento with hopes of winning their first playoff series since 2004. And they feel they have the big three to make it happen. Joining forces with De'Aaron Fox and Domas Sabonis is DeMar DeRozan, who makes his Kings debut tonight in preseason action against the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry here at Golden One Center. And hi, everybody. Dave Pash, Doris Burke, and George Sedano.
And then the third person who will get that opportunity is Buddy Hield, the sharpshooter, who's been a fantastic three-point shooter in his career. So how do they fill the offensive side of this? Because we know Clay's one of the best shooters of all time and a four-time champion. Well, Melton is a 36% shooter from downtown. The other two, Podziemski and Hield, 39%. So big shoes to fill, but they feel like those three could potentially get it done for them, Dave.
All right, George, on the other side, you got Sacramento, back-to-back winning seasons.
But level in the room of competing against the best teams in an absolutely brutal West. Consider this about DeMar DeRozan. In addition to all of these selections, for a decade plus, he has been nightly worth north of 20 points per game and one of the best late game finishers that we've seen.
Well, Sacramento knocked Golden State out last season in the play-in. They meet in the preseason next as we send you back to Malika in the studio.
Dave, thank you so very much. Back here with Brian Wynn.
Welcome to NBA Wednesday, presented by Popeyes. The Golden State Warriors and Sacramento Kings square off in preseason action at Golden One Center, with the NBA regular season tipping off on ESPN with a doubleheader 2 weeks from tonight. Starting lineups brought to you by Popeyes. The Warriors won 46 games a year ago, but missed the playoffs as the 10 seed. They lost to the Kings in the play-in tournament. This is how they will start tonight. Curry, Brandon, Podziemski, who started 28 games last year. Kevon Looney, Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, who is one of the most improved players in the NBA last season. And the new-look Kings with DeMar DeRozan joining Fox and Sabonis. Keegan Murray now in his third season. And Keon Ellis, former undrafted player out of Alabama, has turned into a very solid NBA player. Great start on offense. 58% shooting for Sacramento. Murray with the score.
The NBA on ESPN is presented by Popeyes.
Team in the NBA for Draymond Green, and the Warriors were a different team with him last year. He missed 27 games, 21 from either league suspension or team discipline. And just look at how he influences everybody else in some ways, and at sometimes he's the hub of the Warriors offense as a distributor. Obviously an excellent rebounder. Also had a career-high 4 ejections last year. For the Warriors, without Klay Thompson, 1,322. I mean, it's a lot more than Steph Curry, too, the last 5 years.
On top of that, anyone who's ever coached him talks about the energy that Buddy, and so we'll talk about this on the other side. I'm not sure what this group is going to be yet. So much is in flux.
New kids on the block. I look all right on this. They are knocking on the door.
Nobody wants to go home.
Check out the all-new ESPN original series Clutch, the NBA playoffs, which includes Zion Williamson, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton, and more, streaming now on ESPN+. Dave Pash, Doris Burke, George Sedano back in Sacramento. Here are the standings from last year. Show you that Golden State and Sacramento with 46 wins. The previous year would have finished 4th. The West was as good as it had ever been a year ago. And you're talking, Doris, before the break about the uncertainty and what the Warriors might look like and where they're.
Wind him up and let him go, because he is as consistent an NBA player as you'll find. Need a tough shot to be made. DeMar DeRozan, he's your man. That is money. Debo working tonight.
He's already gone to the locker room, but Kuminga looks to be okay. Back in a moment. Header on ESPN. The Knicks and the Wolves at 6 Eastern, followed by Denver and Phoenix. And boy, did the first one get a little bit more interesting just a couple weeks ago. Can you have a payback game in preseason? Karl Anthony Towns traded for Julius Randle, along with Dante DiVincenzo. The Hornets also involved in the trade. What does the acquisition of Cat do for the Knicks?
Well, you see, an immediate solution to the Mitchell Robinson problem, right? Mitchell Robinson still recovering from the ankle surgery. The timeline is, what are they saying, loosely December, but more likely January. I think Carl Anthony.
Now at 8 points after that last and one.
I've talked a little bit about this team wanting to get downhill, little up fake, change of pace, Euro step, 20 points in the paint for them.
Championships 2011 to 2017 WNBA countdown starts us off 7:30 Eastern. All right, let's check in with George Sedano.
Dave DB, Domantas Sabonis
Off the bench, 15 points for DeMar DeRozan in his Sacramento King debut. Stay tuned for the halftime report with Joey Malika Andrews, Bob Myers, Kendrick Perkins, Brian Windhorst after these messages. NBA Wednesday presented by Popeyes. Both teams shooting terrific first half offense. 59% shooting for the Kings, 55% for the Warriors. Dave Pasch, Doris Burke, George Sedano. The Warriors' regular season record for 3.5 is 17. All those years with Klay Thompson, they had 15 in the first half of this game, and Steph Curry in mid-year form with 3 threes.
Two guys, both in their 16th year. We know who they are and how they do it, and it was on display in that first half. Steph came out, I feel like he hit his first 4 or 5 shots. He ends up 5 for 8. Of course, so dangerous from 3. The connection, you come off his body in the corner. He backdoors you, and Draymond always on time and on target. And DeMar DeRozan, welcome to the dribble handoff offense. You know how to run it. And then this nice feed from Alex Len on the little curl cut to the rim. Beautifully done.
23s for Golden State here.
Incredible.
In Sacramento. Hit 22 3-pointers. To the fourth on the strength of 24 made threes.
Well, as we take another little break here, Golden State getting a little separation with a little more experience on the floor.
The NBA on ESPN is presented by Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen.
Karl Anthony Towns and the Knicks against Julius Randle and the Wolves in a game at the Garden at 6 Eastern time. Doris will be on the call, and then Denver Phoenix at 8:30 Eastern time. The Nuggets 2 years removed from their first championship. Of course, the Celtics won it last year. We haven't had a repeat winner since the Warriors 2017-2018. Of course, Golden State lost to Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors in 19. Go ahead and finish your point on Boston that you were making before the break.
Yeah, I was just saying, you know, luck sometimes plays a part. Getting some second half minutes with his head coach, watching to see what progress he makes. The adjustment midair, pretty.